As we mark the 15th anniversary of Higher Octave Healing, it's exciting to look back over the history of the organization. As I reflect on those early days, what a blessing and what wonderful opportunities this organization and its people have had. Higher Octave Healing actually began as a for profit organization providing music therapy services in the community in the mid 2000s. But as the landscape started to change regarding payment sources, and as we also started to recognize there was a greater need in our community for music therapy services by a variety of individuals and groups, the founding board members and I came together and established Higher Octave Healing as a 501c3 organization. Those founding board members included myself, Jessica Rikers, Janine Davis, Dan and Cindy Goodrich, Carrie Draney, and ASU Music Therapy Professor Emerita Robin Rio. Our original vision was simple: strive to meet the needs of community members through music therapy in the Metro Phoenix area. We knew as we developed partnerships that our revenue would diversify and we would gain an increased focus in how the needs could be met of our community. Over the last 15 years, HOH has grown significantly. The breadth and depth of our community partnerships has far exceeded what we originally planned. We've been given the opportunity to work with so many people in our community who have a variety of needs through which music therapy is exceptionally beneficial. Reflecting back over the last 15 years, Higher Octave Healing has grown significantly, and we've had amazing highs and lows over the years. We've had several on both fronts. Starting with some of the lows would have been navigating a reclassification of our service code on the Medicaid waiver, which essentially meant that as music therapists, we had to go do the same job for 56% less pay. And that was a significant blow to music therapy as a whole in the state of Arizona. There were a lot of individuals who received music therapy services through the Medicaid waiver. Over 80 individuals or organizations provided that service at the height. And once that funding change happened in 2010, 2011, you saw a tremendous brain drain of amazing music therapists leaving the state of Arizona. Music therapists who'd spent time in the community getting their bachelor's and master's degree at ASU, who had often interned with Higher Octave Healing, who had to leave the state to find a job that would be commensurate with their training. And so we lost a lot of music therapists across the whole state because of this. Higher Octave Healing was one of the handful of organizations that remained. And we did that because we had exceptional staff. We had such an amazing team. The staff and board worked to create new community partnerships so that we could diversify our revenue, start writing grants, and begin to bring music therapy back to some of those organizations and people who had lost it because of the loss of service. So that was definitely one of the lows during that time. When I think about some of the highs, the first thing I think about is our amazing clients who have been with us, some of them 15 years or more. And what an amazing opportunity we've had to be able to spend time with those individuals and groups, both in a clinic and in the community setting, because every opportunity to spend time with a client or a group means that our therapists have an opportunity to develop a relationship and to also grow as a professional. And so seeing that as the leader, seeing that happen in your staff and your interns, and seeing them have those opportunities to develop their professional skills and build relationships was definitely a high at Higher Octave Healing, a personal high. As I think about the number of staff and interns and practicum students that we've had, hundreds come through the doors in 15 years. What an amazing, amazing opportunity for all of us just to have those music therapy experiences. So that's definitely another high for us. And just appreciating our community partnerships, both with Arizona State University Music Therapy and all of the community organizations who've worked with us over the years. We have really been blessed by some great partnerships, some amazing grants that we've received. I think back about the early intervention music therapy grant we received from Trends, and it supported a position in music therapy that we could add to our staff, and we were able to continue that position. So finding out you receive, as a small organization, finding out that you have received a grant that would support an entire position for a year, it was such an amazing high for us. I've got a lot of highs that I think about. The performance events, Don't Stop the Music, the 24-hour non-stop music therapy fundraiser, which relied on community musicians, as well as some of our clients who wanted to perform, and staff. We reached out to the community and we said, we're going to do a 24-hour music event. It's going to go from 6 p.m. on Friday to 6 p.m. on Saturday. We started this in the recital hall at ASU, and the music started at 6 p.m. on Friday, and it did not stop until 6 p.m. on Saturday. We kept the beat going, even if it was just some drums and somebody playing solo on the piano at 4 in the morning. The beat never stopped. So we had several years of that and several years of music from the heart at Tempe Center for the Arts, and transitioned that now into music therapy, Higher Octave Healing Rocks. It's an amazing feeling to watch someone be in their joy up on that stage performing. Higher Octave Healing would not be a success and would not be here today were it not for the support of our donors, the hundreds of volunteers we've had over the years, and our incredibly supportive community. When I think back over the years and I think about the different events we've had, like Don't Stop the Music and Music from the Heart, when we painted rooms, when we needed help with inventory, when we just reached out to music therapy students to see if they wanted to volunteer in some of our rock bands. All of those individuals, that's hundreds and hundreds of people over 15 years that we've had the distinct pleasure of experiencing their support as a volunteer. I'm so grateful, and I know the organization is as well. We also wouldn't be here without our donors who help us in any way that they can. We had a program years ago which was 7 on 7, which was, can you commit to giving $7 on the 7th of every month? And we had donors who, engaged at that level and who engaged at, a level that supported them, and we have been grateful for every donation because most of what we do at Higher Octave Healing is program, which means direct work with the community and the clients. And that's where that money goes. Our community has been so supportive. It's been exciting as I think back on the many community partnerships all over the valley, some outside of our state, who have helped us both in a professional capacity as far as professional development, community partnerships where we've been able to work with groups with all types of different needs, and how that has helped shape us as individuals and professionals, as well as the trajectory of the organization. Still operating within our mission, but recognizing, hey, there's a need in this area, and is that something that in some way we can meet, or can we provide them with some resources that might meet that need? When I think about how I would measure the impact HOH has had on the community over the past 15 years, personally, as I reflect over the past 15 years, I think about the sheer number of clients who have welcomed us into their home or their business, whether it's an assisted living facility or Gigi's, a nursing home, a school, a treatment center, or whether we're welcoming them into our clinic space. Those people who we work with every day, every week, help shape who we are as therapists, as people. Those experiences and all of those interactions and experiences, they make up Higher Octave Healing. We're not here if we don't have people who recognize that music therapy is a valuable and important way to support our community. And we are blessed with so many people and organizations who do see that need and who do fully recognize the value of what we can offer.